T-Bone and Heather in the morning on Star 98.3 and 97.7 The Bay.
Hello, my friends. Look at this. It is Friday.
Here's Johnny.
Nice.
Good morning.
Good morning.
My favorite day of the week, Friday. John is
is
here.
wonderful
Life
day.
is good.
Yay.
Yes. And you guys have a very loyal listener out there, Mr. Provenzano, who listens every week and tells me how much he loves you guys. So I want to say hi to him.
Mr.
Provenzano.
Provenzano.
Yeah. Great
like
guy
the
there.
name.
But yeah, it's a big week. Marvel's back.
Yeah.
Yes.
And not just in theaters, but in a big way.
Oh.
I'm not the best person, I probably should admit this, to ask about either Marvel or Star Wars movies, because to me they're all fun. There hasn't really been a bad one. The closest thing to a bad one was the Eternals, which it took me 2 or 3 tries to get through.
You know what?
But
I
nothing
really
else is-
didn't dislike the Eternals. I kind of liked it.
I didn't dislike it either. That's the thing. There's no bad movies. It's just and me taking 2 or 3 times to watch that, it was more about my attention span.
More
than,
about you than
yeah,
the
it's
movie.
more about me than the movie, right? The Thunderbolts comes out, or Thunderbolts asterisk. I should be very proper with that. Comes out this week. If you remember DC's Suicide Squad movies,
Right.
Yeah.
This is Marvel's version of that. Basically, the bad guys, or let's say kind of in the middle guys, get together to form a team.
Okay.
Because the heroes aren't available, essentially.
Oh, okay.
And this, like they've had some stumbles as far as the way the public's seen these movies. The last Captain America movie didn't do amazing. I thought it was a ton of fun, but neither here nor there. This movie is just doing gangbusters in terms of critical reception.
Oh,
and the
okay.
reason is every single character in this movie is so much fun. You have the team's made up of Winter Soldier, Sebastian Stan,
Bucky.
the new Black Widow, Florence Pugh.
She's great.
Red Guardian, who's David Harbour from Stranger Things.
He's fun,
great.
yeah.
And you've got a new. This has been put out in trailers, but still, I think if people haven't seen it, it'll be a surprise. There's a new character that you're going to see that's pretty darn powerful, and you're not going to see anything like that in Marvel. So
Let me ask you this. I always ask
out.
this about superhero movies because I know there is really the world is divided into two parts. Those who read the comics books, know the characters, know the backstories, know the interactions, so on and so forth. And then there's those who have no idea. And so is this a movie where somebody who is walking into the theater, looking at the big board and going, yeah, okay, yeah, I'll watch Thunderbolt.
Yep. They'll love it. I mean,
they're going to follow it. It's going to make sense.
If you like action, if you like fun, you're gonna love this movie. I mean, it's all down to the characters. I mean, the story, it's pretty basic. Team of bad guys get together to take care of a problem.
Sure.
But if you've watched most of the Disney Plus stuff up to this point, you know what to expect from this. You've seen Captain America and the Winter Soldier, so you know how funny Sebastian Stan's Winter Soldier can be.
Yeah. Okay.
If you've seen Hawkeye on Disney Plus, you know how absolutely jaw-droppingly hilarious Florence Pugh can be as the Black Widow Yelena.
Right.
So the juxtaposition of hilarity and amazing action scenes and just thrilling moments from end to end.
It's like a summer blockbuster.
It feels like Marvel of old. I mean, it's not Avengers Endgame, but this feels like Guardians of the Galaxy. Let's put it that way, like that
all
type of
right.
movie.
Well,
So,
that's promising.
heck of a way to kick off the summer movie
There you go.
season.
Good.
We used to wait till Memorial Day to do that, but now we've been moving it back every year just a little bit. So,
Right.
Now we're May 2nd today, May 1st yesterday when it came out, but so it's a perfect time to kick off your summer movie season and get some popcorn.
What else do we have if Thunderbolts is sold out?
Well, everything that's come out previously, number one, obviously, but not much because everybody knows how good it's going to be.
Right.
You do have one option on streaming, Blake Lively and Anna Kendrick's Another Simple Plan.
Okay, now is that the one with all the lawsuits?
No,
No.
different movie.
Different movie.
We
Okay.
saw the first one.
We saw
the Simple
Plan.
Right.
Okay.
And it was good. It was.
I
It was very good, and it was I don't want to say neo-noir, but it was a revenge thriller with a twist, and you didn't really know what was going to happen. It was a mystery. Blake Lively was excellent in the role, and Anna Kendrick, she's always fun as kind of the I'm not sure what's going on main character. So
the reason I asked it, there's two movies. One I think is coming out in limited release today, but and then there's that thing with all the lawsuits.
That's been out for a while.
That's been out for a while, okay. Well, that shows you how much I followed it. But I guess kind of the question I had was, so the one that's coming out kind of in limited release around, I guess, somewhere, is the Rust, the Alec Baldwin thing.
Oh, yeah.
Oh, is it really?
So that's coming.
I can't believe they're still I mean,
I know, but I'm wondering, this is what I'm wondering. Not that any of this is by design or anything. I'm wondering if that old adage, there's no such thing as bad press, will have some draw to these movies that maybe you wouldn't normally go see. And you go, oh, that's the one where the chick got killed. That's the thing.
Yeah.
And then you end up going.
It's got, that I would be lying if I said that wasn't part of my interest in seeing it.
Right.
Right. Let's see what they were working on when this happened. And, but in a world, it's a pretty big gamble to take. There was some pretty big news stories a couple of years ago about Warner Brothers canceling movies that were completely done. Batgirl was one of them.
Oh yeah,
and what we learned the Hollywood secret learned in the public because of that was that the producers, the play is a very real thing. Where if you have a movie and you don't think it's going to do well, and you can get it within the clauses to get your insurance to pay out on it. Not releasing the movie is more profitable than releasing it.
Wow.
If I was an insurance company, that's day one stuff. Staff meeting. We're not insuring any movies.
Right.
All right. That's not a venue we're going into.
Right. So with that in mind, knowing that they can do that, knowing that that's in play, and I'm sure after the shooting, the insurance company kind of hit the trails, but it's still an interesting move because not all of that has been settled yet, number one.
Yeah.
And it's still all very dicey. Of course, whenever Alec Baldwin's involved in anything, you're not going to get a master class in class of how to deal with it.
You're not.
Right.
So, it's just
But there have been movies. I remember when I was a kid, there was a Twilight Zone movie that there was a helicopter crash or something. Somebody died in that. And then when they put it out, they're like, how could you go forward with this movie? The Crow.
The Crow was a big one.
That was another one. And they're
Right.
like, how could you put the movie out after what happened? And now you got this thing going on. And I don't know. It's kind of an aside.
Weird. It's weird how we as a public take these things because the Twilight Zone movie, number one, I mean, it was I forget his name. He was a pretty big TV actor in the '60s that died in that, but he died and two kids died too.
Yeah, right.
So that one, the public was like, no, how could you release that?
Right.
But then the Crow was like, how could you not release that? This is in
His last
honor
movie,
of
right.
Brandon Lee and everything like that. And then you have Rust, which is. I think people wait to see how good the movie is before they make that decision on whether or not you should have released it.
So, do you think some of the shine has, or the Ryan Reynolds is tarnished a little bit because of all of the lawsuits?
I think it is.
I don't. I mean, slightly, but
because coming up in a couple of weeks is a new season of Wrexham, and that's gonna. I think it's gonna be huge, but I don't know if Ryan Reynolds will be seen as the same as the happy-go-lucky and the funny and the I think he's tarnished a little bit.
I think they have a leg up on a few things because number one, Ryan Reynolds is somebody that since about 2004 I've been amazed that his shtick hasn't worn off, and he has kept using the same shtick for almost 25 years, and we're still laughing at it. But he and Blake Lively are so funny and so charismatic and so relatable in the public.
And Deadpool was a huge hit.
Deadpool was a huge hit. And then you have Justin Baldoni, who's the guy that was, number one, we're in a post-Me Too world.
Right.
And this guy, he's got the slicked back hair, and he looks like the guy that you'd cover your drink near in a club. He
does, but But the more and more stuff comes out, text messages, videos on the set of that movie, it's like, she's complaining about much to do about nothing.
Yeah, and then you also have, and I'm not saying that he's at fault. I don't know enough about it, but they're just, judging a book by its cover.
Right.
You're going to think that he's the problem. And then,
sure.
But the thing that's I won't say it's tarnished him because it for whatever reason hasn't, but there's been enough stories come out about Ryan Reynolds being a jerk in some situations that you start it's been enough that there's some validity to it, so that's a tarnishing it a little bit for me, but
I'm still gonna watch Wrexham.
I'm
still watching Wrexham. Yeah, I gotta watch that.
We're still gonna do all that stuff. We might not drink aviation gin, but we'll watch the movies in the show.
Right.
All right.
So that's it's all about the Thunderbolts.
Yeah, all about the Thunderbolts. Asterisk.
I'm looking forward to it.
And
I am.
by the way, if you catch John here every Friday, but if you want to see more of John, you got your podcast.
Oh yeah, PunchDrunkCritics.com is where you can check out all our stuff right there.
PunchDrunkCritics.com. Yeah, check that out as well because it's very, very good.